Most people spend their entire lives searching for happiness in other people, objects, and places. But what if I told you that true happiness doesn't come from outside but from within? After years of studying quantum physics and neuroscience and helping countless people rewire their emotional patterns, I've realized something really profound. You're not a victim of your life. You're actually the one creating it. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to let go of old patterns and use simple techniques to rewire your brain for real inner health, peace, and joy. Because the truth is, you're not missing anything. You're already complete, and let's prove it. Here's what most people don't realize about happiness and dependency. There's one hidden pattern that keeps you trapped, searching for validation outside of yourself. From childhood, we're trained to chase approval, attention, and achievement. As adults, we just upgrade the objects. Nicer things, better trips, more status. You know where I'm going, right? Each win gives us a rush, but then fades. So the brain learns one rule. I feel okay when something out there changes. Every time you depend on people, objects, or places to feel whole, you strengthen a dependency circuit. Peace becomes conditional, borrowed from outside, so it never lasts. And this is where it gets really interesting, because your brain has been doing something without you even knowing it. Your thoughts and emotions aren't just private, they're signals. Every feeling you rehearse broadcasts measurable information into the space around you. Think of it like tuning a radio. Live in the frequency of lag, and your perception highlights more lag. Live in the frequency of gratitude, and your perception highlights more things to be grateful for. Quantum experiments show that reality offers many possibilities at once until attention selects one. Light spreads like a wave until observed, and when observed, it lands like a single particle when measured. In the late choice versions, even a late decision changes the outcome, as if potential waits for the observer's choice before becoming a single fact. In group-focused studies, instruments that should output pure randomness begin to drift from chance during moments of collective emotions. Tiny but consistent tilts in probability when people feel and focus together. Amazing, right? The takeaway is simple but profound. Attention and emotion shape what becomes noticeable and likely in our reality. The brain cooperates with this. It does not clearly separate vivid imagination from actual experience. Musicians, for example, who only practice in their mind expand the same motor maps as those on the instruments. Athletes who mentally rehearse activate the same circuits as on the field. So when you rehearse connection, joy, or calm with feeling, your body begins to match the inner picture. You're training perception and probability at the same time. But there's something even more powerful happening in your brain that very few people talk about. And it's the key to breaking free from this pattern forever. Your brain is neuroplastic. It changes with repeated focus and feeling. The old self is just a memorized program. Thoughts, emotions, and reactions rehearsed so often they feel like identity. The moment you notice the loop, you're no longer inside of it. You're the observer. Observation interrupts, choice redirects, and repetition rewires. Do this often enough, and a state becomes a trait, and a trait becomes a new self. Now, letting go sounds simple. It does. But there's a reason why most people can't do it, and it has nothing to do with willpower. Letting go isn't giving up. It's releasing the need to control outcomes. Suffering is the friction between what is and what we insist should be. Imagine standing in a river, pushing against the current. The strain is not from the water, it's from the pushing. When you stop pushing, the same water carries you. Letting go frees energy trapped in resistance and makes it available for creation. And that is what we want. The nervous system shifts from defense to receptivity. Options you couldn't see before come now into view. And here's where meditation becomes the most powerful tool you've never been thinking of. There's a specific way to meditate that actually rewires your brain completely. Now, let me show you. Meditation isn't forcing silence. It's practicing observation. Sit, breathe, and watch thoughts and emotions rise and pass without chasing or suppressing them. As you go and as you do, brainwaves settle from busy beta into calmer alpha, and with practice into theta, the door to the subconscious where deep learning happens. Stress chemistry drops, your heart rhythm smooths, and signals from the heart to the brain help bring the thinking brain into better timing. Coherence. The system becomes coherent. Clearer attention, steadier emotion, better choices. That's the pattern. From this calm, add intention. Invite the state you want to feel and feel it now. Call up the version of you who is whole, even when nothing outside has changed. How does that version breathe? What emotion colors their day? Hold that feeling for a few minutes, as if it were already reality. Your brain does not argue, it adapts. Expectation becomes chemistry. We see the same principle in placebo research, for example. Belief alone can reduce pain, shift immune markers, and improve outcomes. Belief isn't pretending. Never forget that. It's instructions to your cells. Let me repeat that. Belief isn't pretending. It's instruction to your cells. So, meditation alone, unfortunately, isn't enough. Okay, you have to do it with your eyes open. There's one more step that connects everything together, and it's the difference between knowing the path and walking it. This is the daily practice of becoming your own source. 10 to 15 minutes every day. Sit, breathe, observe. When the mind reaches for validation, I'll be happy when ... whatever. Notice it, smile, and let it pass. Then, rehearse your future self with feeling. Calm, grateful, grounded, happy, loving, compassionate. Because the brain doesn't distinguish well between imagined and real. Not at all, actually. So you're wiring the body to live in that frequency right here and right now, and it will respond. Some days it's easy, some days it isn't, but both count. Repetition turns this insight into embodiment, and this is what we want. Here's how layered change unfolds on top of each other. First, you notice it after. You got triggered and you missed it. Then you notice it while it happens. I'm in it and I can breathe instead of reacting. And finally, you notice it before. You feel the wave coming and you choose differently. And that's mastery. Not perfection, simple presence. And this is what we're aiming for. This is where materialism loosens its grip. When you can generate fullness from within, you stop asking purchases, places, people, or whatever to complement you or to complete you. You enjoy them without clinging to them. You love without losing yourself. You create without chasing. You're no longer waiting for the world to deliver a feeling. You're delivering it to the world. Your happiness was never meant to come from someone else. You are already whole and you are already enough. You just forgot it along the way. The things I shared with you today, like letting go, meditation, and self-love, are not just ideas that sound nice. They only start to change your life when you practice them regularly and allow them to become part of your everyday routine. If you want to learn more about meditation, manifestation, and how to rewire your mind for real and lasting change, then follow me. Every week, I will share practical techniques to help you become the conscious creator you really are.